before the likes of, I think before the American horses, before most of the British horses. So I'm not saying that's made the difference necessarily, but just something to perhaps consider if you were planning a raid next year from a different part of the world on this meeting.
And there we are. This is what dreams are made of. As Terry Spargo just said a few moments ago, the most valuable and prestigious winners' enclosure in the world. And look at that, the world's press here in Dubai at Meydan. And this will certainly fill a few newspapers over the next couple of days, if not weeks.
Huge amount of Japanese press here to support their runners, and 5 of them on the card. And what a lovely sight that is. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed looks genuinely delighted, and
he does, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and that's what's great.
Yeah.
You know, you get the vibe, the feeling that he's, you know, crying in the winning enclosure. This is what it's. This is absolutely fantastic, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, obviously he's very professional in his approach to the way he is with horse racing and his racehorse. But you just saw general emotion there, didn't you?
Yeah, and Sheikh Mohammed has stallions over in Japan. He's an owner over there, and he'll know a lot of these people personally, and he'll be very, very pleased. Also he doesn't want to see a sort of Dubai World Cup always go to the same people. He wants it to be a truly international event, and there he is posing for a photograph with the winning horse. And what a lovely horse this is, son of Neo Universe. And he's a horse going places, isn't he? Only a 4-year-old.
Maybe the Arc or something in October next year. That could be on the agenda. But I think it's the prize money in Japan, Laura, it is also very, very valuable, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't need to travel, but they did with this horse. He ran in the Arc and was well beaten, funnily enough, behind Workforce. In fact, it was the other Japanese horse, Nakayama Festa, that chased Workforce home, but they won't have been put off travelling now, will they? They'll send him globe-trotting again. And these are just really lovely scenes, and it does, there's been a huge loss of life over in Japan, and it in no way makes up for that, but it should hopefully be a tonic for the people of Japan, and such a huge racing nation. There have been millions watching this race over there.
I mean, that's the thing, it's hard to sort of put it into comparison, the fact that this is horse racing and is basically leisure and an entertainment sport, but this does just add a little bit of happiness, and as you said, it just hopefully brings people together, and this will, as I said, it's a great tonic for them, and as you said, they'll all be watching at home. When you watch when we've been watching the racing from Japan, the crowds who go there and the cheers they give their local heroes is absolutely phenomenal. You don't even get it at Royal Ascot or Cheltenham or anywhere like that.
No, and the Arima Kinen that this horse won is the biggest race in terms of wagering turnover in the world. It eclipses the Grand National, everything else. They are really into their horses over there. It's great. And a little kiss for the camera there from Mirko Jimura. That must be an Italian thing.
Yes, it must be, yeah. Another Italian jockey riding winners here at Meydan, and it's a privilege to be here to witness this, because it's been a great carnival. It's lived up to all expectations, and even beyond that, it's been international, all over the place. And it concludes with the final race of the season going to Japan in what's been a terrible month for the country.
Taking it on his stride, isn't he, that horse? He doesn't look at all phased, and I suppose, like you say, he's used to massive crowds, he's used to a lot of pomp and circumstance, and it's just another day's work for him. He's lovely, his ears pricked, and he knows he's done a good job, but I doubt he knows he's won $10 million, best part of $10 million.
There we are, Mirko Demura did the steering, and the winning trainer there, some good training performance from him.
Mirko, well done.
Thank you so much.
We feel a lot of emotion.
Anymore, sorry.
There was a lot of hope resting on your shoulders.
Yes, that's what I said before. I couldn't believe it. I just want to give a good race to the Japanese people. Really needed this time. But to win the race, it was amazing, unbelievable.
At one point, did you know you had the race won?
But, it's a group one. The home stretch is very long. So I never look like I win. I don't want to think about in the race too. But on the back stretch, there was a little slow pace, and my horse actually, he have a good start, but today he hit the head on the stand, on the stall, so he have a bad start. So the back stretch was not so high pace, and I make him let go. But the pace was not so high, and he responds very well all the way.
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, what a great shot that was. You would think that Ihsana Sheikh Mohammed had owned the winner himself, and it just proves how much behind he was and wanted a Japanese winner. And he got what he wanted. And look at this. This is what we like to see. This is absolutely fabulous to view, and these pictures shot all around the world.
It's a great advert for Dubai World Cup. Apart from anything else, we've had a really good race here, and a lovely story to come out of it. And it's Sheikh Mohammed is so well respected over the world, and the fact that he cares this much is absolutely great to see.
Princess Haya, wife of course of Sheikh Mohammed, congratulates. I'm assuming that's representative of the owner anyway, but everybody wants to have a piece of this horse, and you can see this is the closing stage of the head on. Look at Monterosso in between, but Victoire Pisa on the left of picture, Transcends on the right, Kate Blanco in those pink and green colours. He's ran a good race for what's he had the odds against him here. I think he'd been off the track for a while, but this Victoire Pisa was victorious here. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, Italy, ridden by an Italian. We'll go with that sort of angle.
Possibly the most tenuous connection of the night, but not too bad for this time of night. And look at that, great shots. That's what we'll be looking at for the next year, and that's how much it means. It's not just about the money. There's a lot of prestige connected to this race these days, and he's the second Italian jockey to win it.
And that's all what they are racing for, the winners of the 15 previous Dubai World Cups. We wondered before whose name would be engraved in that most valuable of trophies, and now we know it is Victoire Pisa, another international win. We had Brazil last year, Japan on this occasion. It really has been an international World Cup and an international carnival and card here at Meydan. Look at the race again from the other side. Transcend, who's tried to make every post a winning one, but just, I think, went very steady, which, and as you said, I think Marco, he won the race when he just made that move to say, right, they're going too slow for me, I've got to just inject a bit of pace to it, make sure it's a truly run test, and that's what's happened, and that really has what's winning the race, isn't it?
He did something similar when he won the Rima Kinen at Nakayama as well. He really got first run on Buena Vista on that occasion. She just couldn't quite peg him back, and he's a good horse. He's been a willing partner, and I have to give some plaudits to those in the placings as well. Kate Blanco, despite our reservations about him before the race, he's run a cracker, and hopefully that will encourage Aidan O'Brien and John Magny and the Cornwall operation to bring horses over here in the future, because that adds, again, some strength to the race, which we like to see. And lovely trophy that is.
Yeah, race from the aerial view now. You can see this is the early stage of racing. There's already a few of them. I think that was Golden Sword, who was pushed along quite early. Twice over, was dropped out at the back of the pack and said he didn't have a great draw. But I mean, I don't know if we can really use that as too much of an excuse, because we saw previous races, Sky Surface was drawn wide in that race over a mile. We had the winner of the Kahela was drawn in that gate as well. So we don't think we can use that as too much of an excuse. You can see Buena Vista there's at the back of the pack, but up front they've gone very steady, Transcend, and just trying to find the eventual winner for you now. I think he's in third on the outside, I think that's
Gitano and Nando in the red colours in third. Buena Vista is towards the back of the field at the moment. You can see, bizarrely enough, her yellow bridle is quite obvious. Twice over on the outside. Did get slightly shoved out by Frankie Dettori earlier off on Poet's Voice. And I think it's now that he starts to make that move from the rear. Terry was quick to point it out. That is the move that's clinched the race.
Yeah, and it was a bold move, because it wasn't if he was sitting in second and then he went to the front. He was literally right at the back of the pack and has gone through all the runners, like a knife through butter, I suppose you could say. And as I said, that was a real decisive move, and clearly good jockeys. You've got to have a good horse as well, but you need someone on top of you who knows exactly what they're doing, and it's a winning combination.
The horse in the green colours on the outside is Gio Ponte. He's provided Ramon Domingos with a really nice run through the race. I actually thought he was going to win at one point.
Travelled well, didn't he?
Travelled very, very well. Sadly, not to be. Managed to finish out of the... finished fifth in the end, actually. It's not a bad performance at all from him. He's got one spot behind last year. In the red colours, Gitano and Nando has finished sixth in the end. They'll be pretty happy with that. Probably his last run for Marco Botti. He started to go backwards at this stage. Golden Sword never really got into the race. Neither has Murcia. They weren't good enough. And Monte Rosso has fared best of the Godolphin trio. He's running a really good race there to grab third. And Transcend is a horse I really, really like. I'm delighted he's finished second. He's got a beautiful attitude. And there we are. winning jockey adds his name to the annals of history, and I'm glad Frankie decided to do his towel up then.
Yeah, another win for Italy. There we are. Frankie just going to shake his head off his shoulders. He's not lucky.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't have to ride any more races for a while.
No, he certainly doesn't. He could retire now if he wanted. A very happy man. But look at that. All of the world's press here in Dubai on the winners' podium out of the world's richest horse race. And you can see the Japanese flag hanging over the balcony there, just